morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome all you new folks and welcome back, everybody. My brain has just been going crazy and Harry is hungry for something sweet to eat. So you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to make fried donut holes today. Yes, indeed, I am. And I want them to have a yeasty taste and smell. So what I've done, come on over, I have 1.5 cups of warm water. Warm water. I am putting in 1/2 teaspoon of molasses. Yes, I am. Molasses. This will add to the entire batch 2.6 additional carbs. Okay? But we're going to have a nice yeasty flavor, hopefully. The molasses is going to be eaten up by the activated yeast once it starts blooming. So let me get that out of the way. There's a little bit left in there. Put this over here. Sorry, I have a very small kitchen. I am putting in a tablespoon of active dry yeast. Now the water, to get it to bloom, should be about 110 to 120 degrees, and I tested mine. It's right at 115. I am putting in a whole tablespoon, and I'm going to set the timer here for 30 minutes. I want it to bloom, and I want it to eat the sugar in the molasses. And if this works right, when we come back, we're going to see a whole lot of bubbles in this water. I'm going to give it a good stir. Get the yeast off the sides. It's already starting to bubble. So you guys, we will come back in 30 minutes when the yeast has bloomed and is eating the pardon me, is eating the molasses. You guys, look at the yeast, how much it bloomed in 30 minutes. All that white foamy stuff is the bubbles from the yeast activating and eating all of the molasses in the 1/2 teaspoon. And it smells so yeasty in here, doesn't it, Harry? Yeah. So I'm going to stir this up. Look at this. Look, come here, quick.
Kind of reminded me of like a bread place.
See the yeast? Look at that.
Yeah.
All those bubbles is the live active yeast just going to town, eating the 2.6 carbs that are in there, you guys. So that is awesome. I'm gonna move that here. We're gonna start now. What we are gonna do is we are basically gonna use my keto egg white protein buttermilk recipe with the addition of 9 grams MCT oil powder, and I'm using a Perfect Keto cinnamon toast flavor. I thought that would add a nice little bit of flavor to the donuts. And I am using 9 grams of Anthony's acacia powder, just 9 grams. That's the only difference to my recipe. So I heard that putting salt in with this will kill the yeast, so my salt is in my added powders with the fats in it at the end. One other thing that I'm adding in addition to this, I'm adding my allulose, right? Let me add my 2 teaspoons cream of tartar, according to my buttermilk bread recipe. This is just still bubbling, man. Just loving the molasses, loving the molasses. It's just bubbling away. Excuse me. I am putting 1 tablespoon of allulose right in. And then I am adding 1/4 of a cup of erythritol just to give it, erythritol monk fruit confectioner sugar, just to give it a little bit more sweetness. Just a little bit more because I want my donuts a little bit sweet. Putting this up, and then I'm going to add my 120 grams of egg white powder to the mix. Where's my egg white powder? Where'd you put it?
I didn't. Had it right there?
Oh, there it is. It could have bit me, right? $120 grams. Oh, shoot. Thank goodness I wore an apron today. I'm telling ya. Okay, move, babe. Get this out of the way. And then I'm going to turn this on low. And get the powder going while I clean my scale real quick here. Excuse me. Okay, you guys, I am putting in my regular stuff plus the 9 grams of acacia and 9 grams of the MCT oil powder right now, and I'm putting it on low. And I've got my tallow. I'm using pure tallow, which is the Carnivore Crisp grass-fed beef butter, which is 100% tallow. I've got it in here, but let me get this going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is going to be the tricky part. I'm going to be putting the donut holes into, and I've never done this before, it's live in Wendy's Crazy Kitchen, you guys. This is all going to be live right here, right now.
And I'm standing back.
Don't know how it's going to react to the water, to the oil. I don't know anything. So we are going to see. Excuse me. First of all, I'm going to move this puppy out of the way. It smells delicious. It's going to be slightly sweet. I just want to make sure I've got all the powder from the bottom and from the top. Okay, you guys, fingers crossed, here we go. I have got a plate with napkins. I have got slotted spoon, and I have got an ice cream scoop. Don't know how this is gonna go. It could go crazy sideways or it could work. But I thought, why not give it a try? Why not give it a try? We're frying, you guys. For a refeed day or a regular keto day, treat yourself to a couple of donut holes. Yes, indeed. Now, here's the trick. We got to get through this batter. We may not, and that's okay. You know, make a half a batch to begin with. Now, what I have is I have got 1/4 cup of Lancanto brown sugar, 1/4 cup of erythritol granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Right there. Right here, I have got 1/4 cup of erythritol and 5 packets of True Lemon. I want lemon flavored. Gotta turn these. Oh my gosh. Filled the pan too full. They're going donut on me.
You should use 2 forks.
Oh yeah, you're right. I should. Grab me a fork. Trying to get all the sides donated. Trying to get all the sides cooked. I'm pleased with the way these are plumping and smelling.
What if it'd be better if you had more oil so it was floating in the oil?
Well, I think it needs a bigger
That
pan.
way you could flip them over easy.
I think it needs a bigger pan.
Yeah, it makes it deeper. You know, like how they make real donuts?
Yes.
You got
Excuse me.
2 chopsticks, they just flip them over.
Yes. Like dumplings or donuts.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Fluffy. Yummy. Okay, let's get more in the pan. Lesson learned, right?
Yep.
Flip them with a fork, you're right. But they smell like bread, don't they, Harry?
Yeah.
So, they smell like donuts, bread. The yeasty smell is there. I can smell it. Problem is I have an electric oven. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. While these are cooking, I'm putting them into and rolling them into, excuse me, I can't, I gotta do this. I need a spoon. Gotta get these on the sides. More oil might be better. Harry, I think, is right. If you have a deep fryer, that would be perfect. You guys, these are staying nice and fluffy. Aren't they, Harry?
Yeah.
These smell like, what are those things that you get at the fair? Funnel cake.
Yeah.
They've got that sweet funnel cake smell to them. Look how fluffy and nice these are, you guys. Woo! If I had a sous chef that could sit here and help me ice them or put sugar on them, that would help greatly, but I don't, so I'm just winging this. Two forks, flip. Oh yeah, works nice. Try not to get it near the sides because you guys, it's so, the batter on the uncooked side will stick to everything. Cook it on its side. Get all the sides cooked. And to think when we were vegan, I got rid of my deep fryer. Excuse me. We've got room for a couple more. It's starting to deflate, so I'm gonna take after this batter, I'm gonna take the rest and put it in a bread pan and cook it in the oven and make a sweet bread loaf out of it. These just are turning out so nice. They're even rising inside the pan, aren't they, Harry?
Yeah.
Excuse me, let me get these off. We'll just wrap them later. Excuse me. Sometimes being a mad, crazy scientist pays off. How nice they're fluffing. Yeah, if you guys have an air fryer, if you guys have a real deep fryer, this would be the way to go all day long. Try some more, as long as these keep cooking nice, right? Man, these are just working out really nice. I'm excited about these little morsels, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about these little morsels, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going with these. Oh, those feel so good. They are so light and they feel like a donut already. You guys live in Arizona. We have Indian fry bread and they feel like Indian fry bread. I'm using the sides to support the side of the pan to support the bread to get the sides brown and make sure it's cooked inside and out without breaking down the size of the eggs. Excuse me. So as long as these are plumping up, I'm just going to continue to make them, even though the batter, actually the batter's rising, I think, because of the yeast we added in it. But I'm running out of oil. I think these are rising in the pan, Harry. The dough appears to be getting more yeasty. As I go, which is quite interesting. Batter into one spot. Yeah, I think from rising the yeast, it's still rising in this pan, which is amazing to me. I can see the bubbles in the pan rising. Oh my God, it's a donut!
Oh, it worked, huh?
Mmm!
Does it taste like one?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's a donut! Oh my gosh! Grab it, Harry. Taste it. I'm telling you. That's a donut.
Ooh, I need some coffee with that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make some icing for this too. For these donuts, because I'm telling you, those are donuts all day long. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this is working. I'm so excited. I just cannot believe this is working. I am so excited about this. Slotted spoon. Ooh, man. Yeah, I don't need this pan anymore for sure. Not anymore. Excuse me. Trade your places. Look at this. Look how they're rising. It's obvious that the yeast is still working in the batter. If we had more tallow in the pan, or lard or tallow would work the best, because you get the flavor of the tallow. Tallow is the old cooking, lard and tallow is what they used to make really good pastries out of in the olden days, before everybody became afraid of fat. And then they brought in trans fats, which are horrible, nasty things like, you know, the Crisco's and those kinds of things.
Look at the camera, say that.
We'll come back when I'm finished, you guys, and then we'll start frosting these. I took some confectioner's sugar. I put half a teaspoon of glazed donut in it. I'm making it a glaze for the rest of the donuts. Everything else is off on a plate because I've got so many of them, and I'm just dipping these in my glaze. And then I'm just putting them on the rack. Oh yeah. Fingerprints not included. They're included for free. Because I don't know a better way of doing this without getting my fingers in the glaze. You could drizzle it over it, but I want it on the bottom and on the top. I want the whole thing covered in deliciousness. And those are Granberry Farms. Let me see just a minute here. I'll get it and show you guys. I'll share. It's glazed donut from Granberry Farms. It's the Cabela brand that he's got. Hope you've got a lot, Rich. Maybe I've got enough here. I may need to make a little bit more. Okay, we'll come back and I'll share all the donuts I've done. You guys will be amazed. You will be amazed. Huh, Harry?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you guys, I made the donuts. I topped them with 3 different toppings. This one is just confectioner's sugar and a little bit of water in that with glazed donut from Granberries. This is 1/4 cup white sugar, 1/4 cup monk fruit brown or golden, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This is the white confectioner's sugar with 4 packets of true lemon to get my lemony taste. Now, the only things I added in addition to my regular egg white protein buttermilk bread was I ordered 9 grams of perfect keto cinnamon toast. Any of the flavors would work. You don't, if you have any MCT oil powder, that would work. But this is what I used. And I used 9 grams of acacia powder. I used the 1.5 cups of water for the bread, and I put 2 teaspoons of dry active yeast into water that was 115 degrees. And I put 1/2 teaspoon of molasses in there. And I let the 1.5 cups of warm water, 2 teaspoons of dry yeast and molasses sit and bloom for 30 minutes. And I think, you guys, that's why I was able to do all the donuts. Even though the egg whites were dropping, the donuts still plumped and worked in the frying process. So I want Harry to taste this. I want him to do the taste test. So we've got the lemon powdered sugar, and you don't have to put lemon in it. You can put any flavor. You don't have to have any flavor. I've got the plain glazed donut with the glaze. It's just confectioners with a little bit of water to the consistency you want, and about 1/2 teaspoon of glazed donut. And then the monk fruit golden erythritol granular cinnamon mixture. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to let Harry come over and he's going to do a taste test for us, you guys. Yes, indeed. Thank you for helping, Harry. Did a great job. Did a great job.
It smells like a donut shop in here right now.
It does. Yeasty, isn't it?
Now, you know that's probably going to be my favorite one, right? Probably.
Well, eat the lemon powdered one first.
This one?
Yeah. Let me see the inside of it. How's the
Very,
chew?
very good.
Is it?
Very lemony.
Is it?
It's like a donut.
Okay, put that one down and do the glaze next. Yeah, save your cinnamon sugar one for the last. Yeah.
Ooh, that's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it very donut? Oh yeah, look inside there. Nice. Do you need a swish in your mouth to get the other flavors, or just wait a minute?
Just wait.
Let the birds tweet. And this is Harry's favorite, the cinnamon sugar. Yeah.
You do rotation. Nicole? Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
Is that your favorite?
That is really good.
Just smells like it smells like a donut factory in here. It really does. Harry! Bird chirp, bird chirp.
I need coffee with that.
Okay, come change places with me.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
Well, you guys, there you have it. You actually can deep fry my bread, my egg white protein buttermilk bread recipe in tallow or lard or your vegetable or your oil of choice in order to get these delicious donut hole bites, you guys. And you could put frosting on them, you could put frosting and sprinkles on them, you can make them your way. But I just wanted to show how versatile the egg white buttermilk bread recipe is for everybody. And you guys, I don't know how these are going to taste tomorrow, and if you're the only one in the house, I would suggest splitting the recipe in half and making half, because you guys, I used every ounce of that bread dough for these donuts because it was rising in the pan as I was cooking them. You could see the bubbles and you could see the dough rising, even though the egg yolk, the egg whites were dropping a little bit. It was rising in my pan, which is super duper exciting. Anyway, you guys, there you have it. I am just so excited. I don't know if I can do this like a waitress could.
You tried being a waitress once.
Oh man, yeah, it lasted 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that. Can you get them all?
Wow.
You guys, I'm so jazzed. You know, crazy experiment. We're gonna give it a check, and it's a win-win. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up because we have a lot of cleaning to do. Yes, we do. A lot of stuff to clean. I've got to keep the baking stuff away from the oil stuff so we don't get any oil and then we don't have egg whites that rise. So we've got a lot of cleanup to do today. So you guys, tomorrow is a protein sparing modified fast day. It's a high protein priority, no donut day. Total carbs 10 grams, total fat 30 grams, and move your body. I would, oops, are you okay? Yeah, she got right behind her. Yeah, you did a little bit. It's all right, it's all right. She says, okay, Miss She just gets right under your feet, you guys, right under your feet. Okay, she said goodnight.
There she said.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, you guys, please remember to like, subscribe, ring the little bell, give us a thumbs up. We'll see you right here tomorrow. Wonder how they're going to do overnight, because we're not going to eat the whole thing. We'll let you know tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Well,
You're not going to eat the whole thing. It's a loaf of bread. Count the donuts and divide it by a loaf of bread. That's what you got to do. Mark, that's it.